Hey guys, today I'm going to be telling you about the zombie storyline for Ascension. Not all this info is mine, nor may it be right. So go check out the links in the description for the in-depth zombie storyline. If you haven't checked out my last video on the Kino video, that's the one that matters more than the 5 video, but if you haven't seen the Kino video, you might want to check that out a little bit before, but I will go back over the one main thing that goes back over to here. So let's start with why Richtofen came here. He was looking for his journal. The journal had notes about a Kashmir mechanism. This Kashmir mechanism is what makes the Gersh device work. Basically, the Gersh device is the main topic on this map. So now, after when he went to Kino, he remembered that Gersh got the journal. I will explain a little bit more on how Gersh got the journal after I talk about these few things. So when Richtofen came to Ascension, he was wearing a spacesuit, but the other characters weren't. Maybe he was planning on letting them die because he's messed up in the head. I don't know. But when he got there, his plan was to go to the moon from Ascension using the rocket that's in Ascension. But then he realized that the rocket wasn't capable of going into space or sustaining flight long enough to go into space. Oh yeah, by the way, the Ascension is a Soviet launch facility that got overrun by zombies. So Richtofen, main goal was to get there, get the journal, and go to the moon. Obviously, it didn't turn out the way he wanted. Instead of getting the notes, he got some sort of Kashmir mechanism. He got the final product, the Gersh device. Let's talk about the Gersh device for a little bit. After Richtofen trapped Max's Sam, all the scientists got their stuff and fled from Deriz. A few of the scientists went to Ascension. 2 of the main names are Gersh and Yuri. The scientists at Ascension received a few things. They received the Pack-a-Punch machine, Coca-Cola machines, and a teleporter. The things that they need to make the teleporter. They can never figure out to make it. They can never make it work though. So they wanted to work on some other way to teleport. So Gersh had the journal that he got when he left Deriz, and he used it to make the Gersh device. The problem was that Richtofen took notes on the Kashmir mechanism, which the notes were to the failed version. So Gersh and Yuri both went to separate parts of Ascension to figure out how to make it work. So they were both of them tried different ways to make it work. Just to let you know, a Kashmir mechanism is like a doorway to an alternate universe. It works by maybe a splitting of some sort of atoms, making a black hole-like doorway that sucks things into it. After a ton of trial and error, Gersh was the first one to figure out how to make the Kashmir mechanism work. So Yuri got really pissed. So he wanted to make it go all wrong. He was mad that he made it work before him. So what he did was he took one of Gersh's prototypes that he was gonna present to the other scientists to maybe mass produce the Gersh device. So he took one of Gersh's prototypes and he modified it to make it where it will fail when activated. When Yuri was experimenting, when Yuri was trying to make his version or make the Gersh device work, he experimented with the notes a little bit, and he accidentally found a way to make it catastrophically explode. So what he did was he modified the Gersh device to where it would explode. So when the day of the presentation, Gersh stood before the other scientists and deployed it. It did not explode. It did something way way worse. Well, I mean, not like way, way, way worse, but I mean, it was something that he didn't want to, or Yuri didn't want to have happened. I'll tell you what happened after I tell you how the Gersh device works. When you pull out the Gersh device, your character is already holding down a little switch on the Gersh device. So it and then when then your character will turn the knob, and which may get ready, like gets ready to split the atom. So basically, it acts like a grenade. The knob is the pin. The switch is the lever, I believe. Whatever holds stops the reaction from happening, making the grenade explode. So basically, the switch, when you let go of the switch, it splits the atom, making a temporary black hole. So when Yuri modified the Casimir mechanism in the Gersh device, it made the black hole the black hole made closed. Made the doorway closed. The doorway to alternate universe closed. You can suck into there, but you can't get through the other doorway to go on the other side. So what happened was it sucked both Gersh and Yuri. It did not suck in the other scientists because they were behind some sort of thing that protected them. Because Gersh thought it was safe enough, and the scientists didn't want to get hurt. So what happened was when Yuri and Gersh got sucked in, Yuri was killed, but Gersh, because it closed, killing. Okay, so it sucked in Gersh and Yuri. Right when Yuri was about to go through the other side of the doorway, it closed, killing him and trapping Gersh in the between the alternate universes. Between the alternate universes is some sort of like thing. It's called the ether. What is the ether? It is all the space and matter between the two alternate universes. It may be some sort of version or like way or whatever you want to call it of the afterlife, which is between existence. It's between existence and being alive and living. Like, you could be between being dead and being alive and living. This is maybe why Gersh can still talk to Richtofen like he does in this clip. Check it out.
Auxiliary power activated.
Need to get the power on so all this cool stuff turns on.
Please, help me. She's coping. The mechanism must be repaired.
Was it just me, or did you guys hear a voice?
Richtofen found out when he came back, or when he came to Kino, that when he couldn't find it, he knew Gersh took it. Because he remembered back in Deriz, before he trapped Samantha and Maxis, he remembered giving Gersh the journal. He also remembered what Gersh did with it. Gersh took it and kept it in his office when Richtofen, but when Richtofen didn't find it, he knew that he put two and two together, and he remembered that Gersh wanted to go to Ascension, and then he told everyone to take all the supplies that they have, or take everything from their offices and go and leave Deriz. He remembered Gersh saying something about Ascension, so he went over there to Ascension. He knew that Ascension was a Soviet launch facility, and he thought, hey, maybe I could go to the space using the rocket. Then, like I said, he later found out the rocket wasn't capable of going to the moon. So, him and the guys, they went looking for the journal, or Gersh. They didn't find Gersh, so they went looking for the journal. So, he had the guys give him some sort Gersh had the guys. He talked to them from the ether and told them to give to have him give certain supplies using the Gersh device. At the end of the Easter egg, he has you give him a bunch of power. He has you give him a bunch of power because all the supplies that you gave him using the Gersh device, all the power, he made a Kashmir mechanism, a Gersh device like mechanism, and Gersh remembered that he needs a ton of power with the Gersh device, so he used a bunch of power. He had the characters give him a bunch of power using the wonder weapons. So once you give him a bunch of power, he leaves the ether and gives you a death machine. After Richtof had found out that he remembered in his notes that he needed all the stuff that he remembered in his notes that he wrote down all the stuff that you gave Gersh. He wrote like the certain stuff that Gersh gave him. The reason why they failed at making the Kashmir mechanism is they didn't have enough power to power up the mechanism. And then he thought, and he realized the thing that you've been using to give Gersh all the stuff, that Gersh device is the Kashmir mechanism. And then he realized he can teleport using it. So he uses the Gersh device to get him and the guys out of Ascension because he found the teleporter and he realized it doesn't work and he didn't have the supplies to make it work, so he just used the Gersh device. Alright guys, I know at the end right here I kind of piled up a bunch of information and you might have gotten lost. I think I did too. So if I just want you guys to go check out the link in the description. He gives you a very in-depth zombie storyline. He really goes in-depth on every map, so you guys seriously go check him out. I will say that his videos, I don't know if I already said this, but his videos can be hard to pay attention to. Not pay attention, he gives great information. It's that it's hard to follow. You can get lost in his thing, in his videos, so I give the shortened version of his videos and still give you the main information. He gives you a bunch of details on everything. So go check out his videos, guys. He gives you a lot of information. Anyways, so I will check you guys out, and I will see you guys in the next video on the Call of the Dead storyline. Alright, later.